afternoon. We all have moments that we can look back on and remember with vivid detail. We remember exactly where we were, the sights, the smells, and the feelings that are evoked within us within that moment. The day I was diagnosed with cancer is one of those moments for me. My life changed on February 29, 2012, when I received a phone call from my doctor that I had dermatofibrosarcoma protuberans, a rare soft tissue sarcoma that affects about 1 in a million. I was 22 years old and in my first year of graduate school. A week prior, I had a biopsy done on a lump on my leg. My doctor had repeatedly assured me for 2 years that there was nothing to be concerned about. So when I received the news of my diagnosis, I felt completely blindsided. This moment began the most overwhelming and terrifying journey in my life. 2 days after being diagnosed, everything became real. I began to truly feel the emotions that accompanied my diagnosis. I sobbed all day. I felt confused and terrified. I dreaded what the next step would have in store for me. That day was the hardest day of my life, even harder than the day I was diagnosed. My family and I started searching for a hospital that day, which led me to Memorial Sloan Kettering. I met with Dr. Krago within the following week. She explained to me that I would need surgery to remove the tumor from my leg. I was terrified. I could not believe that this was all happening to me. My life was normal 2 weeks prior to this, and now I was facing cancer and surgery. I could not even fathom that in such a short period of time, this had become my reality. I had my surgery on March 19, 2012 at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I spent a few weeks recovering from the surgery and from an infection that had developed about a month after my surgery. The weeks after my surgery were incredibly difficult for me. I was exhausted, in pain, and I had difficulty walking. I had a few follow-up appointments in the weeks after my surgery. Since I live in Monmouth County, it made it much more challenging for me to go to my follow-up appointments. I continue to follow up with my surgeon, Dr. Krago, and with Dr. Quigley, my dermatological oncologist at Memorial Sloan Kettering in Basking Ridge. Since I received my diagnosis, I have undergone regular testing and an occasional biopsy to check for recurrence or metastasis. The kind words and encouragement that I have received from my doctors have aided me in my overall healing. My story has a lot to do with the other side of cancer, the side that includes anxiety and fear that never seem to disappear. I felt completely lost after my diagnosis and my surgery. My faith had been shattered. Some people in my life that were supposed to stand by me were no longer present. I had survivor's guilt. At 22 years old, I felt like I had to reevaluate my life. It has continued to be a process for me. I still struggle with my faith. I still have strained relationships with friends and family. I still become anxious with every upcoming follow-up appointment. And every time I have to attend a wake or a funeral for someone that has passed away from cancer, I feel guilty for being healthy. These struggles have become the reality of my diagnosis. 2.5 years later, I appreciate the things in life that I used to take for granted. I am grateful and fortunate every day for my health. I am grateful for the friends and family that I have in my life who have stood by my side during the lowest points. I take the time to appreciate a sunny day or the small moments during the day that make me smile. This entire ongoing journey has challenged me physically and emotionally in ways that I never thought were possible. It has also led me down a path in life that I never imagined myself being on. Not too long after my recovery, I decided I wanted to give back to Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. I started Up For Sarcoma, a nonprofit organization that benefits sarcoma research at Memorial Sloan Kettering and helps spread awareness about sarcoma to the community. Since its first event, Up For Sarcoma has donated about $30,000 to sarcoma research at Memorial Sloan Kettering. With an event coming up this Sunday, September 21st, I am excited to continue benefiting sarcoma research. It has been an honor and a privilege to create awareness for sarcoma by simply sharing my story with others. And it has been an honor to help contribute to research with the hopes that one day there will be a cure. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my story today.